Good evening, everyone. It's June 6, 2019. I'm Eric. Mesa Police Chief tried to curb horrific brutality problem, so 95% of the department voted to remove him. If you need any more proof than that as to the mindset of your average cop, that should tell you something right there. Let's get into it. Mesa has had some pretty bad instances there. And you remember this one, right? I covered it. Hell, I think I covered most of them. So, again, this is from Mesa, Arizona. The Mesa Police Department held a vote this week in which 95% of the entire department voted to remove Chief Ramon Batista for no confidence. He wasn't caught molesting kids or driving drunk or abusing his power. This police chief was trying to hold violent problem cops within the department accountable. And now that department, apparently full of violent problem cops, has, threw his ass out. Because, after all, you can't have snitches among criminals, right? In quotes, he is no longer welcome in the Mesa Police Department. He is no longer welcome in our home, and we'd like him to leave, said Nate Gafford, president of the Mesa Police Association. All because he wanted to get rid of the violent, power-tripping, steroid-raging cops. 95%. So tell me, is it just a few bad apples? Is it? It doesn't look to be the case, does it? So, the trouble for Batista started last year when he attempted to hold the officers accountable who attacked an innocent man waiting for an elevator because he crossed the blue line and called out the brutality for what it was. The entire department turned on him. See? So you can be a drug dealer if you're a cop. You can be a child molester if you're a cop. You can be any number of things. And your fellow cops will not only turn a blind eye, but they will turn their back on and betray the person who's not turning a blind eye, who's trying to do something about it. They throw them right under the bus. 95% of that department. They go on to say that morale has never been worse at the Mesa Police Department, said Will, president of Mesa Fraternal Order of Police, in the statement. Through his ineffective leadership and intimidation of police officers. Can you believe that shit? Can you believe that shit? Chief Basita has created a toxic environment that puts both police officers and citizens in danger. It seems like the citizens were in danger far before Basita here decided that he wanted to hold his officers accountable. Long before. I mean, intimidation of police officers. Really. The same people that get away with murder, rape, drug dealing, human trafficking, child molesting, child porn. I mean, not all of them get away with it, but, you know, a good number of them. As Fox 10 reports in a statement released Wednesday, the Mesa Fraternal Order of Police said of the 564 police department employees who responded to the vote, 95% of them said they had no confidence in Chief Basita, with only 23 employees saying they had confidence in the chief. So, they just don't want to be held accountable, do they? Nope. There's another one over here. This has been fairly brief. We can do another right quick. All right. Which one shall I do? Shall we talk about the cops attacking an innocent man? Or, I'm sorry, mom takes her baby, breaks her arm? No, and kidnaps her? Maybe. Maybe. How about road raging off-duty cop holds man at gunpoint, calls fellow cops to help him? Yep. But what about this one? Mom paid $1 million after video showed cops shoot her son 13 times in the back and stomp his head. Wasn't that nice of him? But I'm sure he was resisting arrest or committing some violent crime, right? What about all the other people who haven't been committing any crimes that's been killed by these motherfuckers? This happened in Los Angeles. Connor Zion, 21, was in the midst of a psychological breakdown when he became violent and was subsequently killed. However, the manner in which he was killed has led to a federal court ruling that allowed his family to sue the police officer who killed him for using excessive deadly force. This week, the taxpayers shelled out $1.1 million to pay for the officer's actions. After killing Zion back in 2013. Orange County Sheriff's Department Deputy Michael Higgins was hailed as a hero, but a federal jury found earlier this year that his actions were to the contrary of what heroes do. Yep. This kind of stuff happens a lot more than you know. A lot more. Just because it's not reported on, just because there's no statistics, not many anyway. And let's be honest here, pretty much all numbers from government agencies are fudged. Pretty much. There's some exceptions, but, you know, when it's to cover their own asses, you can be assured that the numbers will be fudged. They will be manipulated. They will say and they'll say something like justifiable killing every time. And even in cases where it's simply not justified. How can you justify shooting a handcuffed girl in the head? How can you justify that? And this is one of many instances. What about the Australian woman who called the police and ended up shot and killed by them? What about the guy that was in the picture on his knees begging the cops not to kill him? And what'd that cop do? They blew him away, even though he was doing nothing wrong. The list could go on and on and on and on. Do some people deserve to be killed? Yeah, certainly. Certainly. But if they're unarmed, if they're compliant, if they're handcuffed, those are not justified. And we all know it. Anyway, thought I'd share that first one particularly with you, but it just goes on and on and on. Hopefully one day we will tell them fuck off and stop complying, stop voting, stop supporting the beast system. Hope you all have a great evening. Kill the state, live free.